Yo, welcome to the
BabloNKeloShow.
Show. I'm your host, Bablo.
And I'm your co-host, Kel. Ow.
That's right, 2 dudes,
1 mic.
Jollof rice.
And good meat.
Don't worry, yo. We have a lot to talk about and also taste today.
Wait. Before we get started now, you see, we have a lot to say, meaning there's gonna be a lot of food.
Yeah.
But however, when you eating the food, what else do you need next to you?
Some drink.
Yeah. But as you can see,
it was supposed to be the one to get the drinks.
As you can see.
I don't know. But we really appreciate you guys tuning in. This episode is gonna be a delicious addition. We're gonna call it Taste the Vibe with Bablo and Kello. This is where food meets flavor.
Yes, so.
Every bite tells a story. You know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead, Kello. Tell them a little bit more.
Okay. As everybody should know, I'm Kel. Right. So today's episode is gonna be a very special one. Not just because we're diving into some Nigerian most iconic dishes, but also because it is proudly sponsored by your favorite Yam Sade.
Yes, so Yam Sade catering service. You heard that right. They sent us a full plate of love, and when I say love, I mean like jollof rice with plantain, with beef, and then on top of that they even sent us some egusi soup, right? Can you see? Do you see?
Can you smell that?
You smell that? They even put beef on top of it, and then they gave us some pounded yam to go with it. You get what I mean? So much rich flavor. And like I said, we're gonna be just talking more about it. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a episode to talk about. But yeah, Kelly, tell them a little bit more.
Honestly, I know you guys out there can't smell it, but oh my God, the aroma. It's so good. Make me want to slap your mama.
Oh, don't be slapping nobody's mama though.
So yeah, the smell alone has me ready to dive in head first. I'm out there dive in. But we're not just here to eat. We're here to explore, renew, and
renew. What are we renewing? Is this a subscription?
Right. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button.
I guess maybe we have a renewed subscription with Yam Sade, but hey, maybe we do.
Okay, don't forget, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
I mean to review.
Yes.
And to celebrate Nigerian food culture.
That's right.
Starting with the amazing delivery from Yam Sade.
Hey, Yam Sade, thank you for sponsoring this episode. Like I said, so yeah, let's go ahead and try the jollof rice. Kelly, let's try some and see what it tastes like.
Let's see. So we're about to try the jollof rice.
For all you people out there,
today
that you can't cook.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to
cannot cook.
We're gonna get to that.
Don't worry.
To that one.
Or your girlfriend or your wife cannot cook. It's okay.
It's okay now.
It's okay. You can always call Yam Sade and she will be happy to deliver food for you guys.
Authentic Nigerian food.
That's right.
Not this yama or not yama. Authentic one.
Authentic one. And don't worry, guys. We feed you through the recording.
Yes.
Don't worry. As we are eating, you are eating too. So, a word of prayer, bless this food, oh Lord, for Christ's sake. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Let's try plantain. Let's see how it tastes like.
Let's see.
Come on. Rice. Good. Man, I want Yam Sade, where do you, what kind of rice, man? This is very, very sweet now.
Wherever you are, if you're in the DFW area,
Make sure you try Yam Sade.
make sure, woo, make sure you visit Yam Sade. Okay.
How does the meat taste, bro?
I'm getting to that right now.
Ah. Man, some people are starving on Friday, Kelly. See meat, everybody. You see meat? Don't worry, I'll share with you guys next year. Or maybe tomorrow. Don't forget, man. As you see. How's the food taste, man?
You know you're eating something so good, you can't talk.
I got you sweating too,
Woo,
huh?
man.
That's real. When the food gets you sweating, that does the job right there. Creme de la creme.
Very, very delicious.
Very
delicious.
Hey, about the egusi, how does that taste, man?
Let me tell you. Egusi soup, man. My favorite Nigerian soup.
Now, some people that don't know, if you're not African.
What do you mean you're not African?
They don't know now. So in case if they want to order food from Yam Sade, right? If they've never tried Nigerian food before, right? Sometimes you can go with jollof rice. It's rice, plantain, with any type of meat or fish. But if you really want to like deep dive into the Nigerian culture, you see how I'm slapping this pounded yam. Not yam, pounded. You know, like how you slap something like that. You eat this with the egusi soup, with beef.
Yeah. Let's say you want to eat it.
So you have two options, right? First, you open the wrap, right? You can either be a African person where you use your hands, or if you want, you can use fork. Man, this food's so good, man. I'm sweating, bro. So, like I said, you can either use your hand or you can use fork. So you just grab a little bite like this. You see the food, the wrap, you just grab a little piece. It's like, just think of it like rolls, right? Just grab a little piece and then you just dip it into the egusi like that. Bam. You see that? This is egusi soup. And then like that. Let me show you guys one more time. Bam. Egusi good though. One more. Then you just grab a little bit more like this. Like that, you see? Then you, it's as simple as that. That's how you eat. But a lot of times, African people, we're going to use our hands. We're going to eat it. So Kelly, what do you think about the food overall in terms of Yam Sade? What do you like about it? You know, the egusi soup, the pounded, the jollof rice, the spiciness, the quality of it. What do you think about it overall?
Well, I completely agree. The meat is soft and juicy, really delicious, well marinated.
Okay.
The spices go all the way through, not just on the surface, but below it a little. The kind of meat that makes you just want to close your eyes eating.
Oh, let me close my eyes. Let me close my eyes.
Just close your eyes real quick.
Okay. Tell me more.
Okay, and then the egusi soup.
The what? You said what?
Egusi.
It's egusi.
Hey, forget that one. Egusi, nah.
See, you see what I'm saying, everybody? This is akatama.
Jesus Christ.
Huh? He claims he's Nigerian.
I'm Nigerian first, so.
No, you see how he even says egusi? Is that how you see it? Please comment and like and say something if you said it right.
Now, the egusi soup,
You see?
is rich, creamy, full of flavor.
Flavor, like the flavor of love.
Like flavor. Yeah, what's that? That's your
Or the flavor of the Nigerian artists. If you are listening, thank you all.
The seasoning is balanced and the meat inside is so tender.
Very, very soft.
Honestly, Yamsade knows how to cook with heart.
That's right. So yesterday, where you guys are wondering, like, okay, where can we find the food, right? They're based here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, in Grand Prairie, Texas. That's where they're located at 3007 South Carrier Parkway, Suite 201. Like I said, you guys can find their information online. Just type in Yemsade, and like they said, they do delivery, they do catering. They do not do dine-in, but you can order to go. Their food prices is pretty adequate. It's not too expensive, but again, you know, if you're going to pay for good food, it's going to be quality food, and I promise you guys, you'll love it. Again, we really appreciate Yemsade sponsoring this video. You know, like I said, we have so much that we're going to eat. I know you see this, my brother here, look how big he is. He's probably going to eat most of my plate too. You get what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so like I said, you know, that's just we appreciate Yemsade sponsoring us again. So let's now get into the topic we're going to talk about today. So again, we did the sponsor. Again, thank you Yemsade for sponsoring us, and then we're going to cover some topics today too. One of the topics is, do you think that men should cook in a household? Would you date or marry a woman that can or cannot cook? And then lastly, we're going to talk about one of the main topics that everyone wants to talk about is, which country has the best jollof rice? I don't care what anybody tells me. It's always Nigerian jollof. Anybody bring Ghana or Senegal or whatever, get out.
Anyway, what about the Chinese jollof rice?
Is that jollof rice, bro? Huh? You see what I'm saying, guys? This man is Akata. Only Akata man will say some stuff like that.
The Chinese jollof rice.
So yeah, that's right. So let's get into the first topic. Do you think that men should cook in the household? So for me, like I said, my mom, she's always taught us how to cook. It's not that I cook a lot, but I know how to cook. You know, in today's society in 2025, because Kelly, you never know, bro. You might talk to a woman that doesn't know how to cook. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna starve or eat American food, bro?
No. Well, it depends. There's a lot of different variables that plays into that, right?
Okay.
So when you say you don't know how to cook, is it like, is it you put it on a stove or are you baking?
Well, let's look into more. What are we cooking? Are we cooking American food, African food? What do we consider cooking, right?
But in America, you're not really gonna be expected the woman to know how to.
Why not?
To cook.
Why not?
Nigerian.
So I mean, we'll get to that later, but we'll get to that on the second topic. But should a man know how to cook?
Yeah, definitely. Because think about it. You know, usually a man gotta go live by himself, right? So
they start off living by themselves.
So when you live by yourself, who's gonna come in and cook? Your mom's not gonna come in every day to make you meals.
Hey, mommy, if you're still alive, I'm coming to your house.
So it is imperative that a man learn these basic skills to be able to fend for himself.
That's true.
You can't go to McDonald's every day, but you can't eat out every day.
That's true.
That's not realistic.
Well, especially in today's economy, everything is expensive.
So yeah, definitely. So a man would need, prior to, obviously, you know, the saying that says a man's heart is through his belly.
That's right.
That's ladies. Are y'all listening?
Open your ears to all the women out there. Open your ears well.
They be like, close your eyes. You know, right? A man, the way for you to get to a man, his heart, It's through his belly.
His belly.
So if you know how to cook, it's easier for you to, to get that meal.
I mean, like I said, so if a man, so what happens if a man doesn't know how to cook, right? What do you think his option should be, right?
So if a man doesn't know how to cook, I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of social media. So you can go to YouTube, TikTok, get recipes, step by step. There's a lot of things that you can do. I mean, it probably won't. The end result probably won't be all that great, but it's it's a learning process where it's a trial and error type of thing. So definitely, it's important, fellas. Do not just expect your woman to cook all the time. You should take the initiative to make sure you're fed, and sometimes it's okay to cook for your girls as well.
So I mean. So what happens? Okay, so I go online, I look at the recipe, I cook it, and it tastes like straight crap. And sometimes it'll deteriorate. You be like, man, I tried. Screw it. I'm gonna go back to ordering outside. So, what should a man do if he fails the first time? Right? Should he continue to try to work on it, or should he just completely give up itself?
When does success ever start with the first attempt being the only attempt?
Hey, I'm just trying to tell for the people out there because
when we talk about basketball, how many people shoot the ball 100% and make 100% of all the attempts?
That's true too.
So that's what I'm saying. Success isn't just based on one attempt. It takes several tries. So definitely don't quit. Just keep trying again and again. But definitely, if you're not too good at it, you want to make sure your woman is decent at it. Y'all can help each other out in that aspect of things. So definitely, men need to learn how to cook the same way as women need to know how to cook as well.
Oh, most definitely. We're gonna talk about that pretty soon in the next topic. But again, I think, for a lot of reasons, like when men that live alone and they go out a lot, they go to like these restaurants and they spend money, which is good because it helps the business, right? That's what helps business grow. You going out there spending money, right? So how often do you think a man, if he should be going out to eat, or should he just stay home, or it should just be it just really depends on the situation that he's in?
Yeah, it depends. I wouldn't recommend going out to eat every day.
Okay.
But everybody, we all got a lot. It's okay.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, it's okay to go out to eat like once every other week.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Just though, out to eat shouldn't be the amount you pay. Like, let's say for example, the amount you pay for rent. Your out to eat bill should not be up to or more than your rent money.
So what are you trying to say here? When you're going out to eat, right?
Yeah.
So is $100 a week good enough in terms of spending? Is it $200 a week? How much should a person budget or a percentage of their pay should be in terms of?
I'll say going out to eat should be, 2 or 3% of your pay.
Okay.
So let's say if you're making $1,000, right? 2 to 3% you pay like $20-$30.
Man, I don't know, man. What if I want to eat something good?
Then that means that when you eat something good, that means you have to go out. You have to go without eating out for like 3 to 4 months.
Okay, I got a scenario for you. So let's say a restaurant, Yemsade. Let's use Yemsade for example, since they're sponsoring this video. And do you have another African restaurant? Yemsade has quality food. Maybe their food is about $30 a plate or $20. But then there's another food upcoming African person that's cooking, right? And maybe their food is only $10. Now, which one would you? Let's say you only have $20, right? Which is it'll get you the Yemsade. Or would you rather take the lower paying, but the quality might not be good?
I'm gonna be biased to this scenario. going Yesterday all the way every time.
Well, no, just be straight. Cause to me, I would say it depends on.
If you said the quality might not be up to par, and I spend $10 and I have 20, I might as well go get Yesterday. I know it's gonna be good regardless.
But some people they'll go for the other.
If let's say,
what if you're starving,
like,
and you know that you need the amount for it'll last you longer.
In a situation, I'll say I go for the less amount of money if the Yesterday was like $150, $200, and that I ate that.
That's ideal. Please don't raise your price.
If Yesterday is like $100, $150. Yeah, give me the $10. give me that $10 plate, man. Now, for real though, think about it. Like, I know. At the end of the day, we have one life to live. Yeah. I get that. You know, in the other spell, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Bro. I get that, but at the same time, everybody needs to live within their means.
Man, you shouldn't be leaving with your man.
Going out to eat. Yes, I know for some that's something that, that's my love language. Yeah. A lot of people want to go try different restaurants, try different food, try want to go experience the experiences. Yeah. I get that. I understand. I know. But at the same time, you going out to eat shouldn't equivalent to you being broke week in a month in, a month out. And you're going out to eat should not surpass your grocery bill for the month. Your grocery bill for the month is $500. Going out to eat should not surpass $500.
You know what's funny? You know when I lived in Colombia for like 2 months, their average salary in Colombia was $500 a month, right? But the amount they were spending on food was about $100 to $200 a month. So how do you make that livable?
Well, that's different, like, because in Colombia, obviously your rent is lower, right? So where you're living at?
No. So the average rent in Colombia is $500. I mean, the average living, how much they make average in Colombia is about $500 a month.
But how much is that rent though?
About $250 to $350.
And your rent is lower. You have more leeway to go out and eat.
Bro, they're making only $500. The average person in Colombia makes about $500 a month. Their rent is about $250 to $350 a month.
If I average $500 at $550, ain't no way I spend $120 on going out to eat.
But some people still do that.
That's not possible.
Some people, they prioritize food first. So how can we tell our viewers that they shouldn't prioritize theirs?
If you go with that dynamic of prioritizing food, so if I'm making $550 a month. Mm-hmm. My rent is
so a nurse makes about $500 a month in Colombia.
Okay, if I'm making about $500 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't spend $120 on food on just eating out. Well, how much you spend on groceries?
No. I'm saying like that's what they spent in terms of groceries and stuff for the house. Is about $100 to $200 a month.
I thought that was just going out to eat.
No, I mean, so going out to eat maybe at a fancy restaurant, you probably spend like by yourself maybe like $40-50. I'm talking about high-end restaurant.
Okay.
So
that's not that bad. $40-50.
Yeah, but what about the people that are living there? So, but if we translate that to America, right? So what if you're telling them that they shouldn't enjoy their lives, they shouldn't spend their money however they want to spend it? Why?
No. I'm saying within reason, right? You shouldn't. Let's say, for example, I don't get paid. Let's say, what's today's date? The 20th, right?
Mm-hmm. Today's the 20th.
Let's say I don't get paid the 31st, and I got $100 left in my name for the 31st.
So 11 days.
You got 11 days.
But I've done it.
But I'm eager to go to a restaurant that costs about $89.
Huh?
See, I'm eager to go to a restaurant that costs me about $100.
Why?
I'm just because that's what I like.
Bro, is something wrong with your mind?
See,
bro?
but I have $100 left to last me for 11 days.
What does that include? That you have gas money and all that too, or no?
That's $100. That's it. That's it.
Oh man, that's just okay. That's just mismanagement.
See, that's what I'm talking about. When you going out to eat or when I go to work, a lot of people they buy like Starbucks all the time.
Yeah, every morning.
That's what I'm saying. Every morning, a French, what's it called, latte or whatever.
Latte, frappuccino.
And that's the adds up.
I mean, what if they're making good money? I mean, to me, I think you have one life to live, man. Because once you're gone, you're gone, bro.
But I'm saying based on the percentage, like I said earlier, right? 2 to 3% of your income should go towards going out to eat. If you make $1,000, every paycheck, man.
But what if your girl wants to go out to eat every time?
You can't do that.
Okay.
Nah. That's tricky though. Getting a relationship, you definitely will go broke.
That's not true, man. Hey, ladies.
Go broke.
When you meet a man, make sure you deep dive into his pockets.
What do you mean?
Take all his money. Don't spend your own money. Make sure you spend his money. His ladies, you gotta prepare for the rainy day. You get what I mean? Because he might leave you too. You never know.
What you mean he might leave you?
Hey.
If he leaves or stays, the woman should be self-sufficient regardless.
She always gonna be self-sufficient because she been saving her money.
What do you mean saving?
Huh? When you pay 100% of the bill.
We're talking about 100%.
But hey, let's go ahead and segue into the next topic. Would you date or marry a woman that cannot cook?
Comment below.
Would you date a woman, or let's even say a man too?
Yeah, that's both.
That can or cannot cook.
Let's throw in the cook and clean. Let's throw both of them in there. Because I heard, watching these balloon pop shows. The woman comes in and said, I can't do with a man that doesn't wash himself, groom himself properly, or wash after himself, or clean after himself. So throw that in there, cleaning and cooking.
Slow your roll. Let's start with one at a time. We're going to start with cooking first. You get what I mean?
But they go hand in hand though.
No, they don't.
When you cooking, don't you cleaning?
Nah, because you got to clean afterwards. So you got to start with cooking first.
But the stuff gotta be clean first before
that's how
you
know you don't cook.
Time out.
You see, that's how you get him. That's how you know you don't cook, man. We don't catch up.
Wait now. You're telling me you're cooking with dirty dishes?
I mean, why would you have dirty dishes in the first place?
They gotta be clean first. So, what you mean?
Kelly, how does that make any sense?
Bro, think about it. That's what I'm saying. They go hand in hand.
So you're just gonna go in the sink and put like, okay, this part is dirty. Then you put it on the stove.
I watched a video where man.
Oh
man.
So does Cooking with Kaya do that too?
Man, Cooking with Kaya.
Hey, shout out to you though.
Shout out to you though.
Nah, so I mean, let's talk about it. Okay, we can have it go hand in hand. Would you guys date or marry a woman or a man that cannot cook or clean in your household? Do you get what I mean? To be honest with me, Kelly, I don't think. I mean, if I'm gonna be paying majority of the bills,
but this is right now. We're not talking about that.
I mean, to me, it factors into it.
No, we're not factoring that into nothing. We're just talking about off the bat. Ain't nothing. Ain't no 50-50. Ain't no 100-0. Ain't no 10-90.
Okay.
No. Just off the bat, you're attracted to her sexually. Bomb. But next, talk about cooking and cleaning.
Okay, cooking and cleaning. If she cannot cook, bro, she get it out of my house. If she ain't cleaning, luggage is on the street. So, cause to me, let's be realistic. I mean, like I said, I like a man to be in a man's position. And
what you mean, man? What you mean, man, to be in a man's position? What are you talking about? Bro,
again, what is the question?
Listen, man, because you're confusing me. You're talking about a man to be in a man's position. What are you talking about?
A man is supposed to be a leader.
We're not talking about no leading. Yes, a man supposed to be a leader. Yes,
I understand that.
To protect her,
what
provide her.
Is the question?
Yeah. We're talking about cooking and cleaning.
Okay, but hold on, bro. What is the question, bro? Maybe you are illiterate or your ear don't Hey, Jack, please comment. Who's wrong in this situation? question here. Would you date or marry a woman or man that cannot cook/clean in your household?
Mm-hmm.
So in order for them to be able to cook or clean, right, that means they have to be responsible, right?
Not necessarily.
Why not?
You can cook and clean and be
responsible?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you're gonna have a dirty household.
Yeah.
Very, very dirty.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so what's your opinion? Would you, to me, like I said, I wouldn't date or marry a woman that does not cook or clean, because, you know, me, I just believe that that's, to me, also, like I said, you guys might come for me, but that signifies to me that's a real woman right there that does those type of things.
What do you mean? Wait and see now. These trigger words.
These trigger words.
What the hell? Go back to the real woman, the fake woman. What's the real woman? I'm confused. What is a real woman? What is that?
How y'all talking? Huh?
And then when you tell me what a real woman is, what a real woman.
You can't even say.
I want you to tell me what is a fake woman as well.
No, I mean, so like a woman might feel like, okay, well, I work, you know, I gotta come home. Maybe they have kids together.
So that's a fake woman?
I mean, she still gotta cook though. I'm not saying that I wouldn't volunteer to cook or clean in the household too. I would do that too. I'm saying that it should be like an equal partnership, or if like, that's why I tried to say earlier, like if I'm doing
how
most of the.
When you say equal partnership, how can it be equal partnership when it's not equal? The relationship is not equal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's two parts of the scenario.
Okay.
So if I'm paying 100% of the bills,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need or require the woman to be cooking and cleaning the household. I think that's fair, right?
So this woman gonna cook and clean by herself, or what?
I'm paying 100% of the bills.
And is this woman, is she working too, or what?
I would hope not.
Bro, you know,
And if she wants to work, that's up to her.
bro, we're Nigeria. Are we in Nigeria? I'm confused. We're in America,
Hey,
bro.
don't worry, we'll be coming to Nigeria soon.
No, going back. There's another topic I want to talk about.
Huh?
Also, in this whole dynamics, right? When you talk about cooking and cleaning, right? And you talk about you wanting your girl to be a stay-at-home mom, right? In America, right? In a state for you to function really good, you know, pay for vacations, live a comfortable life, be able to go to the nice, exquisite restaurants.
Yeah.
As a household, you need to be making at least $200,000 a year.
Maybe like 150.
No, 200. If you want to add in vacations and stuff, right?
Well, it depends on how or what kind of vacation you go to.
Are
we flying first class?
We're not talking about going to Atlanta, bro.
Hey, Atlanta not bad though. Shout out to Atlanta though. We're not saying that, you know, y'all bad. Y'all good in our books.
We're not talking
Magic City, baby.
You know, that's not what
Magic City.
We're not talking about twerk offs. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about exotic, like going to
exotic. Bro.
Yeah,
what is this? The wildlife?
Going to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things,
hey,
right?
Let's go.
Right. You know, that's what I'm talking about. So you need to make talking about household, not individually. Talking about man and woman together, one household together needs to make up to 200,000 to live this comfortable lifestyle, right? Man and woman together.
Yeah.
So going back to my other question. In America, for an individual person to make over 200,000, do you know the percentage of Americans that make that much?
I'm assuming it's very, very low, because even men these days, some of them don't even make six figures. So, I mean, so that's why...
It's less than 2%.
I mean, so that's why sometimes it's just best for you not to, if you're not ready to...
What do you mean ready? What are you talking about
if
ready?
a man is not ready to...
What do you mean ready? Huh?
Yeah, because it's a step in life, right? It's a journey.
What do you mean step in what life?
Listen, man, calm down, bro.
Nah, you're not.
Eat some yams that they so that I think your body is getting hot.
You're getting me triggered. I'm triggered.
Hot.
I'm triggered.
No.
I'm triggered because you're talking about the man is not ready. I'm
okay,
talking about household. Cause think about it. Now, listen. I'll let you think about it. When you talk about traveling, who usually brings up the topic, a man or woman?
Most of the time it's a lady.
Yeah, most of the time it's a woman. So this woman wants to travel, wants to, these new experiences, want to view the world, other parts of the world and stuff like that. So the man needs to bring some type of money, and the woman needs to bring some type of money. So nobody's stressing of that boarding, right? Nobody's stressing of that.
Nah, man, you just need to step your money game up, dog.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, man, Kelly, why are we gonna keep coming back to the same topic, man? You know what I mean?
I'm talking about a household now.
Yeah, a household. A man can be the entire household.
A man cannot be no.
A woman is supposed to support the man.
If we're in Colombia, on average salary is how much? Like $500. Yeah. The man can be the household. Plus another house. Plus another house.
Oh man, no, I mean that's the same thing here happens in America. So people are doing it. Look at Neo. He got 4 girlfriends, and most of them live in the house.
Neo, that's not actually them.
But Neo went through a lot, and he went through hell.
That's not a good example because Neo is not a regular, average, typical guy, though. And trust me, if Neo didn't have no money, those moves ain't signed up for that. They ain't signed up for that.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, in order for a man to want to take on that next level step, right? In terms of if he wants a woman to be a stay-at-home wife, he's gonna have to understand at the end of the day that there's a lot of responsibilities that's gonna be on him. Ladies and gentlemen, comment below. There's gonna be a lot of responsibility that's gonna be on him that he needs to do in terms of he has to pay all the bills. If emergency money he needs to take care of, if something bad or things that needs to be get done, he's the one that is basically the financial responsibilities of the house, right?
Yeah, but don't you guys? That's too much of a pressure on.
But some men like that. But that's old school, man. That's how it was back in the day. Yeah, that's how it was back in the day.
And you talk about when you talk about old school, man. Are we talking about the same inflation back then? Are we talking about the same prices back then? Are we talking about
the same inflation they had back then they have it today?
It's not because the inflation hasn't because the income. Because usually inflation can reflect the income, right? Like the raises of income doesn't.
It does because when the economy was what it was back in the days, they weren't making as much.
You talking about back in the day when women weren't working? Are we talking about back in those days?
Okay, so women are working now. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying it's up to the woman if she wants to. There's nothing
wrong with that. There's no way a woman is working. She went to college.
Some people don't want to work. Some women or men don't want to work. Some men want to be. You never thought about being a stay-at-home husband or stay-at-home man? Like your wife going to work, you cooking, rubbing her back, you taking care of the kids, picking them up from school.
I mean that's a nice fantasy to have, but let's be realistic. Can a man really call himself a man if they were a stay-at-home father?
A lot of men are doing it. Shout out to you guys.
When you talk about a lot of men, yeah, we gotta take. Is that majority?
No.
Minority? Because we say a lot means majority of men, right?
No, I wouldn't say that.
But then
some men.
See, a few.
Very few. Slim to none.
Very few.
But I mean, men still do it though. So why can't women do it if they want to choose to do it? Like I have a friend. She used to be married. She said that her husband had passed away, and her husband used to take care of everything, right? She didn't necessarily have to worry about paying her bills or whatever, and now she has to focus on that. And she was telling me that, sometimes I just wish I had a man that would do all that for me.
Which means sometimes, going back to that situation, if the woman was helping out to pay bills, wouldn't that benefit her now that her husband passed away? Think about it.
She's used to it.
Well, no.
So how would you feel about some of the good-looking women out there that use their looks in terms of to pay their bills?
The same way I see simps. Man, use their money.
Are you trying to call me a simp?
The same way I look at those girls, the same way I look at guys who use their money to get girls. Same way. Because think about it. Your looks eventually is going to do what? Fade. Because every day, some young thing is coming up. Every single day, right? Some young girls coming up. Some young girls coming up. So if you're only using your looks to get you to where you're trying to get to, when you turn 40, 50, what she gonna do?
She might still have it. Look at Coco. Ice T's wife. I mean, it's all plastic, but
That's what I'm saying, plastic. Nobody, no real person's going for that. They will go for it for what? For a night or two? Yeah.
What about what's it called?
But not longevity. No.
What's Scottie Pippen's wife? Larsa Pippen.
The same thing with her. Like,
you know, Jalen Green's baby mama. What's her name?
For a night or two, yeah.
But if you got the money, then why you don't have to stress about it though? That's the longevity.
We're not talking about this podcast. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the everyday person, right? Mm-hmm. Are we talking about the 1% of men that have all this money that can get whatever girl they want because they can buy it? Is that who we're talking about? Or we're talking about the everyday Joes?
I mean, so like I said, at the end of the day, you know, we just need to, you know, would you date a man? Would you date a woman that cannot cook?
That's the thing. Okay, it's the stipulation of maybe she wasn't raised or brought up to learn how to. Is she willing to learn? Is that in there or no? If she just that's how she's programmed. She's not gonna learn. She'll never cook.
So how do you determine that? Is it like how long would you, let's say hypothetically you want a woman that's gonna cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long would you date her before you would have to decide that if she doesn't cook for you, that you would have to let her go, or if she's willing to learn, would you introduce her to your mother? Maybe she can cook the type of foods that you like.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's a discussion we're gonna have that we're gonna have up front, right at the beginning stage of getting to know each other. But one of the things that I like is for a woman to know a way around the kitchen, to know how to cook. Mm-hmm. And if she's willing to learn from, like, let's say, from like my mother, okay, or your mother, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, I can give it a try.
Okay. So what? Let me ask you. What would you say are your 5 things that if a woman was to cook for you, right, mm-hmm, that she would have to absolutely cook for you? It could be anything. It could be rice, stew, fish, chicken.
Fried chicken.
Okay.
Definitely.
What type of, like, is it like regular fried chicken?
Regular fried chicken.
Is it like stewed or just
regular fried chicken?
Okay.
Fried chicken, a goosey soup.
That's 2.
Fried rice, jollof rice, and pepper soup.
Okay. Me, I like a goosey. You know, I like Ela. I like fried rice too. You know, let's see, jollof rice. Well, I'd take stewed fish and stewed chicken. So like those 5 things that you mentioned, right? What if it doesn't taste good?
Yeah, they go through the try and error. You know,
not everybody can cook it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't expect it the first try to be the best.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. So it's just basically just keep trying again and again and keep trying again.
Okay. All right. I really appreciate that. Let's go on to the final topic. So, who makes the best jollof rice in the world? You got, what type of jollof rices are there? You got Nigerian jollof rice. You got Ghana jollof rice. You got Senegalese
jollof rice.
This is the Great Jollof Rice debate. So, you know, jollof rice has like tomatoes in it. It got water in it. It got onions in it, right? You know, you gotta cook it. Sometimes you have burnt jollof rice, but that's a new trend that people like, right? So what would you say? Have you tried other types of jollof rice before?
I tried the Ghanaian jollof rice. It's like the way they put it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard.
Hard?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Did you go to a restaurant or where'd you go to?
Yeah, I went to a restaurant.
Okay.
They have to get Irish jollof rice, but the lady said Ghanaian is Ghanaian.
Do remember the restaurant I went to in Houston? That was Nigerian jollof rice, right? They was just serving that rubbish with the suya and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to that Houston restaurant.
Please educate our viewers about that experience.
Okay. So this was years ago, right? I think we went to Houston. I don't know, one of our friends was doing something. So like sometimes me and Kelo, we just on a weekend, we just say, hey, let's just go somewhere. So we said, okay, F it, we're just gonna go to Houston. So I think at the time our friend Davis was also living in Houston. So we went to see him and stuff like that. I don't know, who else did we meet there? I know there was someone else that was sitting with us. I know me, you, Davis. I don't know if there was this girl or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just say 3 of us for now. So initially, we went to a suya stop. Remember they put hot sauce on suya. Okay, so we went to this. We was like, man, Kelly, I really want to try some suya, you know. It was like, yeah, so I went to a suya stop, a suya restaurant in Houston. So we ordered, and they brought the suya out. We was like, bro, why is there red sauce on the suya? They put hot sauce on suya. Can you guys believe that? Can you guys imagine hot sauce on suya? Kelly, we do that. Did you eat that suya? I thought I threw it away. I threw mine away.
Yeah, I ate it.
All yours?
Nah, not all of it. So some of it.
Bro, that suya was disgusting.
Yeah, hot sauce on the suya.
So, yeah, hot sauce on the suya. That's wild. And then so we met up with Davis. I think Wale was there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, so we went to this Houston spot where we tried out. Like I said, name doesn't matter. So, you know, theirs is all about presentation, right? So it's just like how you looking at it, like they have nice bowls, they put the rice to look nice. They try to sell you on their suya meats because their rice tastes bad. And it was expensive. And I was just like, we tasted the rice tasted bad. How was the suya to you? Do you remember the suya experience? I know it's not better than the suya stuff here in Dallas, Fort Worth.
It's not. I mean, not better. I mean, even the rice wasn't all that good.
It wasn't all that good. So I mean like when we went there, we really appreciated it because you know, there's another suya stop here in Grand Prairie. Shout out to Suya Stop. Their suya really was good, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it just really showed us, you know, when you try something, when you go, you explore, you try something new, you can really taste the feel of, you know, is somebody's food really good? So at least you know that in terms of what you're paying for, you can compare and contrast. So yeah, I mean, that experience wasn't too good. But, you know, we lived through it, and then, you know, we went in the club too. Their suya in the club was actually pretty good. But they ran out, so, because that's how good it was. So, I mean, so that's really all we're going to talk about today in terms of food-wise. Again, you know, we really want to say thank you so much to Yamsade Catering Service.
Yes. As you can see the food on the table.
You can see it. You guys see. We still have a lot more. We're gonna eat it after this episode. It's one of the best Nigerian restaurants in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if you like cuisine, if you like quality food, if you want to taste the taste of Africa, which is Nigeria, right? You really want the soul, you really want to sweat, you really want to eat food that will really, really resonate in your body. Yamsade is a place to go. And again, we just want to say again, we really appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for you guys continue to view our show. Again, I'm your host, Bablo.
And I'm your co-host, Kelly.
And we're signing out. Taste the vibe.
Yes, sir.